Today we're going to be testing out the ND filters from Freewell. This is the all-day pack, and this consists of an ND4, ND8, ND16, ND32, which I have on the drone already. I've opted to go with the ND32 because the sun is like glaring in my face right now and it's pretty bright. The other reason I'm going with the ND32 is because these drones, this little nano drone, which I'll be reviewing, look out for a review coming later. So make sure you hit subscribe and hit thumbs up so that you can see my review video when it comes out. Hit the bell also so you can get notified. But yeah, these cameras here on these little nano drones do not have an adjustable aperture, and as a result, when the sun is pretty intense like today, I tend to start around ND16 or ND32, and this goes all the way up to ND64, and then after the ND64 here, it jumps to ND1000 in case you want to do long exposure photography. You want those nice milky shots, right? So like waterfall shots and stuff like that. So it's nice they threw that in here in the all-day pack. So you pretty much have everything you need. I like these packs too because it goes up to ND64. And believe it, the ND64 might actually be the best filter for today. Let's get it up and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now the wind is not too bad. It's about 7 or 8 miles an hour, 14 consistent, I think. So yeah, and this drone just had an update, so it should be able to handle the wind a lot better. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't done full review yet, because I was waiting on this update, right, to fly it. Now let's go to pro mode, and we're in manual settings. White balance is at 5600. That's always a good starting point. Shutters at 120. Your shutter should be at double your frame rate. So if we're doing 4K 60, we should be at, if we're doing 4K 30, let me just make sure we're at 4K 30 FPS. Yep, we're at 4K 30, so we should be at 160. Or ISO will bring that at 100 to keep it as low as possible. You see it says EV, exposure value 0. That's one thing that I hope Autel updates. I wish it would show you what your actual exposure is, right? It should give you a reading, not adjust the exposure for you, but it should give you an EV reading. Not a big deal though. You can always come here, go into camera, slide all the way down and turn on your overexposure warnings, and that will show you what is overexposed, which is the sun. We're at 4K 30, so we want to be at 60. Here we go. Now we're going to turn around, come out of smooth and go into standard. Now you can see it looks a little dark, right? We can brighten up our image by cranking up the ISO. There we go, ISO 200. That looks beautiful. Now you see the little shiny glittery things? That's showing that the buildings are a tad overexposed, but that's fine, right? The image looks nice, the image looks crisp. One thing I will say about this camera, beautiful image, straight out of camera, unbelievable. The camera technology that Autel was able to pack into this little guy. ISO 1 to 400 is perfect. Again, you can use that to keep your image nice and sharp and exposed properly, right? And as you can see right now, I've got an ND64 on right now and double my frame rate. So I'm doing 4K 30, shutter at 1/60. Now, can you put on a lighter ND and speed up your shutter? Absolutely, but you're not getting that cinema look, right? That motion blur. The thing is too, when you're flying this high, the motion blur is not really, like, you're not gonna notice it, so you'll get away with a lot. But if you're flying low to the ground and you're filming people or vehicles moving, generally you will notice that there's no motion blur. But this just looks beautiful. these images coming out of this camera is stunning, and these filters are doing an absolutely phenomenal job. No complaints here at all. So there you have it, Freewell ND Filters. As always, a great addition to this drone right here. Go out, grab yourself it. I think they're available now. Links for everything will... Yes, I heard you, Gimbal, self-checking. Yes, links for everything will be in the description section below in case you want to grab these filters or grab yourself this drone or wait till the full review is out. Freewell always gives you a filter guide when you buy their filters, and that tells you when you should be using each filter or when it's recommended. So you read through the guide, or always have your guide with you, and it gives you a good general idea of what filter should be used when. One thing that's worth noting, they are not metal. The whole thing is plastic except the thin glass in front, but it doesn't feel like cheap plastic or anything. It definitely feels quality. It feels solid, and that helps to keep the weight down. There you go, guys. Make sure you hit thumbs up. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified when I release more Nano Plus videos. Hit up the comment section and let me know what you guys want me to test, and I will catch you guys whenever I can. Make sure you become a Patreon, guys. Big benefits to Patreon. Get direct access to me. Any questions? I'm right here on Patreon. Support this channel, and there's benefits. Last Mini 2 went all the way to the UK.